Big has been one of the best teams in 2020, but when you look at their map pool, you can find a noticeable hole. Inferno has been played 43 times in 2020 for Big, and they only have a 44.2% win rate on that map. In this video, I'm going to analyze why they struggle so hard with Inferno. First, to get a good understanding, I wanted to showcase some of the stats that I use before I get into my analysis. These are typical things that I look for when I'm evaluating teams and when I make the topics for my videos. Stats do not mean everything. However, I'm going to be using the tape of their game from the demos to back up the stats. So on HLTV, I'm filtering the FTU, last 12 months, top 30, Inferno. When I go to the CT side and filter by win round percentage, you see that Big has an absurdly low win percentage at 45.4%. However, if you look at their utility damage, 53.7 is second in the world, and then they are third with flash assists at 0.34. Switching over to the pistol rounds, because I think the pistol round is an important round because it sets you up to have a good successful half. Going to the CT side and looking at their win percentage there, they are fourth, which is absurdly high. This means that Big is often starting with a good half by winning the pistol round and still losing the half, which is a very bad thing. Another stat that stands out is that on the second round break, they are at 9.5%, which means that every time they lose the pistol round, they basically lose the next round as well. As you can see here, some other teams such as Gambit are really good at breaking on those rounds. I understand that this introduction is getting a bit drawn out. However, I think it's important, so I will hold off for just a little bit longer. So before I showcase what makes Big CT side so bad, I first wanted to showcase what makes other team CT side so good. I'm using Heroic as an example here, and you can see them getting banana control early, while also retaining information towards bracket as much as possible, even while being smoked off, by looking down lane and holding the smoke. This is proof that Heroic understand what they need to be doing. The two most important things on Inferno are map control and information, and Big struggle with both. Don't believe me? Well, here is proof. Fast forwarding from the Vitality vs Big Clan match where Vitality slaughtered Big 16-1, you can see that Big do not take banana a single time the entire half. You could say that this is Vitality being good at taking banana control. However, Big don't even bother to try. They don't throw any nades aggressively towards banana. They do not jump spot to see if anything's going on towards banana. They just let Vitality have banana every single round, and Vitality kick their ass for it. I didn't cut out a single moment just to showcase as proof that they really do not take banana the entire time. So let's go round by round and break down what Big is doing wrong. First, smoke deep, molly deep. Why? No reason. They literally let Apex get the half wall for free. And then they re-molly deep, which also doesn't seem to serve much of a purpose. And as you can see here, Apex gets 2 early entries due to that. As we can see here, Big have the capability of taking deep banana, they just choose not to do it. They smoke deep from spawn, and they molly deep, and the only contest Vitality shows is a Molotov towards the car. This is very light banana contest from the T side. Why are we not taking banana here, Big? Why is Searson about to be sitting on this corner instead of looking down banana? Another big issue I have is that Big love to throw nades but never used them. As you can see here, Tapson smokes deep and flashes, but they're not going for banana control, so why are you wasting utility? Keto ends up doing the same thing. He dumps his molly and then throws a nade towards banana and backs off as well. Why? What's the point? And for those that are going to ask, yes, he does miss the Molotov. All the util damage gone to waste on a flower pot. As you can see here, the problem is just as rampant on the other half of the map. Searson's opting towards mid, and then he'll back off and opt towards boiler, and then he'll back off and opt towards site. Searson is by far one of the most aggressive and best oppers in the world. Why are we having him play so afraid? As you can see here in a second as well, when you look at the map control that Vitality get compared to Big, you can see where the players are and how much map control Vitality could potentially have without Big knowing a single thing. Big bring a third person over towards B this round to help them take banana control. Oh wait, no, he's just going to nade deep and then back off and misclick a flash. Then he'll throw retake car nades, which, in all honesty, is a really cool nade set that I'm going to show at the end of the video. But why are we throwing retake car nades before we even bother to contest towards car or contest towards banana? This just seems stupid. I understand I might be coming off as a slight bit arrogant or ignorant. However, when RPK can just throw a molly car and run up banana without a care in the world, you probably aren't doing things correctly. Big again do something neat here with a deep nade from fountain onto banana. And the nades that they throw are really cool and have good use. As you can see here, it's going to be a 50 damage nade for the most part. But the problem, again, is they've given up all the map control and all the information, and as soon as they throw any sort of retake car nades, Vitality is just going to pop in because they just walked up banana for free. Here isn't even necessarily Big's problem. They actually start to address the things that they're doing wrong. They send 3 towards banana and have a really good plan for taking it late. However, because they called 2 timeouts as you saw at the start of the clip, Vitality expect this and just rush A. And it's such a difficult conundrum for Big because the only time they actually start to do things right, it still seems like they're doing things wrong. And you can clearly see this getting into their head again on the next round, when they just nade deep and once again back off with 2 people at B. Honestly, at the end here, I just feel bad for Big, because even when they're out of ideas and trying to do something wild, ZywOo gets a 3k right off spawn and wins the round for Vitality instantly. As I watched Big more, I think I may have found a solution to one of the problems that they are thinking mentally. One thing that I believe Big might be thinking about is that one side gets aggressive, one side stays passive. As you can see here, Searson is an aggressive opper, so therefore maybe the B players need to be more passive as a result of that. However, the opper is on a separate plane from the riflers in my opinion. And if Searson is going for something aggressive, that doesn't necessarily mean that the B players need to be passive. Now that I've shown snippets from that loss against Vitality, let's recap. The good. They're good at nading for damage, not giving up an opening kill, and they're masters of retaking map control. However, they aren't good at getting additional map control, they're not good at finding information and let the other team dictate the pace of the game. So I'm going to go through and show the retake nades that they throw because I think Big is the master of throwing retake utility, and this is one of the highlights from their CT Inferno. So come against the front of New Box here, look up and find the second wooden beam in the roof up here, jump throw, that's the smoke, and then down from the cross to this wooden beam, and jump throw, and that's the molly. Now doing it from Coffin, you come to the back of Coffin, find the first square in the door here and aim in the middle of it, and then come up to the height of the fountain. So up like this, jump throw, bounce off the roof there, hit against half wall, and smoke it off. Then for the Molotov, what you want to do is you want to jump up, look in the middle of the coffin at the same height of, I guess around here, whatever these things are called. Then walk until you hit the top of the coffin and jump throw. Now the last nade set is the hardest and the one I'm most likely to miss. So come to spawn, crouch next to this brick here. So I'll back off so you can see. Crouch next to this brick. Find the branch from the tree. While crouched, jumping throw that. And go from the bottom of this roof and run until you hit the top here. Now this is the hard part, so this is the part I'm most likely to mess up. So jump through that, aim here, run to hit the roof. Just barely too short, but it'll land about there and molly off the car as well. Returning to the bad now. What does Big need to do to improve their Inferno? Well, they have 2 things they need to do. They need to A, start to contest banana more, and B, they need to keep information at A better. Well, Big has actually been working on this a lot, and at I Am Kind of Eat Say, they showed their improvement on that exact thing. So I wanted to go ahead and reward Big by showcasing that they are getting better at taking banana control and contesting for banana control. As you can see here in round 20, they contest for banana essentially the entire time. Keto, while never taking banana fully, is always getting information and contesting and preventing the T's from taking it, and that's a huge step forward for Big. This has also enabled their retake car names to be more effective. As you can see here, they molly and flash back in, jump spot banana, and get more information than they ever did on their old playstyle. It's not just at B where you see Big improving the style of play. In their match against G2, they steal something right out of Vitality's playbook and flash mid for Tizian to get information. This is another huge step forward for them. Big are also starting to let Searson play his own game. As you can see here, he's taking more aggressive peeks. And even when G2 force Big off a banana and they have to cheat a third person over, Searson's still allowed to be aggressive. This is allowing Big to get way more information than they were before. Before, Big would have Searson back off and be more passive in this type of situation, and that caused them to get faked out banana a lot because they would lose information there, and then they would back off and lose information at A. Now they're retaining information way better. Here you can see a side-by-side comparison between the last 12 months on the right and the last month on the left. As you can see, Big has greatly improved on the CT side. So that begs the question, is Big now a good Inferno team? And my answer to that would be yes, with more time. As they are right now, they still lack a lot of polish on things they do, and you can definitely tell that they aren't comfortable with what they're doing fully yet. However, they are getting there, and I think a lot of credit needs to be given to their IGL Tapson and their coach Toby for developing their Inferno this far as fast as they have. When you watch Big play now, it's honestly a lot like watching Astralis, and you can see their influence on how Big approach rounds, what they do, and how well adapted they are to making rotations now compared to what they were doing before. And that's all based off of their newly acquired information and map control. So to answer my own question, are Big still a bad Inferno team? The answer is no. Big are now a really good Inferno team, and I recommend you check out their demos, and I cannot wait to see how much they've improved before EPL. Hey guys, Lucid here. Thanks for watching the video. It was a blast making this video about Big, what they were doing wrong before, and how they've improved since then. On screen now are some ideas for upcoming videos. Let me know in the comments which one you want to see most, and as always, like for more. Thanks for watching. See you later.